I am doing a collected attempt to catch up with Colourpop. We are going to be going through, I think I have 6 different releases here with me, 4 different palettes. I have their new matte lipstick formula. I have some of their holiday sets. We are just going to be quickly chatting about some of these things. I'm going to give you my thoughts on what things are worth it and what things you probably could be skipping, let you know my initial thoughts about some of these. And also I'm going to be using a bunch of these things, creating a look. I'm thinking maybe palette bingo. It's been a while. Why we go through these things, hopefully ending up with somewhat of a good look. It is hard to keep up with Colourpop. They do release a lot of things. I will say this year has probably been the least amount of things that Colourpop has released since 2018 or something, because they did have a couple of years there where they literally released at least one thing a week, and now it hasn't been as much. And the reason why I'm a little bit behind is because I was traveling quite a lot in September and October, so I just fell a little bit behind. I will be putting as much info as I can in the description box. I do have an affiliated code with Colourpop. If you use the code Angelica, you'll get 10% off at Colourpop. That works on all things except sale items and already discounted bundles. But if you're interested in buying anything from Colourpop, you do get a little bit of a discount if you use that code. And if you do, thank you so much for supporting my channel. It really does help out. Some of these things I got in PR, and that's why I have the full collection. Some of these things I bought myself, which is why I only bought the things that I was interested in. And I think we're gonna start going chronologically. I think that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna start to talk about the new matte lipstick formula that they released. I had to find the box here. If I'm sitting a little bit weird, by the way, it's because I have my kitty here behind me. She's sleeping behind me. And she is the best kitty in the world. So she gets to be here. This is called the Power Pout, and I have it in Hold Up, and I have it in Miracle Mile. So this is the new like comfort matte formula by Colourpop. This is supposed to be transfer proof. So I thought, why don't we do this one and we'll see how it feels. Okay, this one smells exactly like Sue, the candy Sue, the Swedish candy Sue. If you've never tried it, it's like a red tutti frutti candy. Okay, this is the shade Hold Up. It's like a darker beige on me. It does go on pretty smooth, and it's fairly matte. Okay. It doesn't feel weightless on the lips. Let me say that. It doesn't feel weightless, but it does feel and look pretty good. It feels like a lipstick, and it is incredibly matte. I have been saying, I think 2025 is going to be the comeback of matte lips. And so far, so good. I think the next collection, and I only bought 2 things. That's not even true. I only bought 1 thing from this collection, and that is the palette. And this is the After Hours. And this is a 16-pan palette. And this one, I'm fairly sure, is $24. This is not a collab palette. This one has quite a few mattes and a couple of metallics. And then it also has a couple of those, I call them pressed glitter eyeshadows, because there are a difference between, some of them are more encapsulated within a metallic shadow, which I think the shadows in this palette are the better quality because they're more encapsulated within the palette. This one especially is a really nice one. It's like a black base with like a strong red gold duochrome action. This one is a little bit more gritty. This one is fairly okay, but all of these palettes that I'm going to show you have that modernized pressed glitter formula. It's still pressed glitters. It feels a little gritty, but all of the ones I'm going to show you today, I think this is one of the better ones. I don't know why Colourpop started including a lot of those shadows in here. Maybe other people love them. I don't. So I'm thinking I am gonna do, I will end this video with me doing a palette bingo, choosing one shade from each palette and maybe like a fifth shade as well. But if I get one of those glitter shadows, I'm just gonna redraw because I actually don't want to use those. I think they are uncomfortable on the eyes, especially when you have a little bit of hood like I do. I'm 40 years old, so I'm gonna skip that. I'm not even like apologizing for it. I don't hate the formula. I think it's better than their old pressed glitter formula, but it's still not great. This is the Colourpop and Stranger Thing collection. This packaging I think is really, really good. And when I swatched these palettes, I think this one swatched the best and has, according to me, the best color story. There's a couple of those, the glitter encapsulated shadow, but there's only two. And also I do feel like this one at the bottom, the one that's the dark one, that one swatched pretty great and didn't feel as gritty as the lighter one, the goldy one. But again, I don't want to use any of them. I really don't, but I was very impressed with how this one swatched. And I thought, especially swatched out, I thought that this color story was even better than I thought it was going to be. And this is a collection I bought myself. And I did also end up buying the blush. So this is the Colourpop and Stranger Things Buyer's Natural Matte Finish. And this is their cream blush, the new formula that they came up with. And this is a color adapting, color changing one. Let me get a brush and we can just put this on the cheeks. Because when I did use it, I definitely did get a little bit of that color changing on my finger. So let's see how this is on the cheeks. Oh yeah, it's definitely like, it is black in the pan, but you can see when you start like moving it around a bit, it definitely is that like see-through pH. They call it pH adjusting, but it's just that it turns pink on the skin. Listen, that's what we're getting. And since it starts out as a transparent black, it doesn't turn out to be too bright Barbie pink. I mean, that actually looks really good. And this is a more glowy formula. I don't think this is like sticky, tacky too much when it dries down. We'll see if when it dries down a little bit, if I do feel like I want to put a highlighter on top or not. But I mean, I think that looks like a really, I think that looks really good, actually. I'm going to be totally honest. I think that looks really great. And the collection that came out after, and this palette is 26. And the other palette is also 26. These are collab palettes, but I don't know why this one that has, I think, one shade less than the Stranger Thing is also 26. I'm not 100% sure, but this is the Bratz, the Colourpop and Bratz collection. This one I was sent as PR. And this one has, when I saw it here, I think it has a really nice color story with the pinks and the purples and the berries, a couple of the teals, some smoky shades or some neutrals at top. But there is a lot of those like more crumbly, gritty glitter shades in here. And again, I don't want to use those. There are some very impressive, both in this palette and the upcoming palette, some very impressive mattes with glitter or like finely milled shimmer in them. This one, oh my god, it is like a dark taupe, you can see, with a lot of like shimmer, like finely milled shimmer. Same with this one. It's like a matte lavender with finely milled shimmer in them. It's honestly incredible. Both these two would be an amazing one and done shadow on the lid and just buff it into your crease. I think that those kind of shades, Colourpop do them very well. I'm also very excited about this one. I might end up using that one even if I don't draw, like when I do the palette bingo, if I don't get a dark matte, I might end up using that one as well. There is also, and I'm not going to be swatching all of this because I'm going to give some of it away, there is Glitterly Obsessed in this collection, and I actually do enjoy Glitterly Obsessed. They do have a time and a place, but I already have a couple that I really like, so I don't need to open new ones. But if you like the idea of like super sparkly glitter, these are encapsulated in gel that do dry down and they're pretty easy to use. I think they're a pretty good formulation. There's also a gloss in here, and I will say, and I tried to show you that in the close-ups of this one. I didn't swatch it because again, I'm gonna give it away. This is a So Juicy one. I do like that formula. It is very, very high shine on the lips, but this one has like big chunky stars in there that you're not gonna be able to squeeze out. So it's just for appearance. It's just to make the gloss look cool. It's not going to do anything like on the lips. And then there are the lip shades, the lip sets, and there also are the Bratz gems. I will say I've seen people use these in their hair, and I think that makes sense because these are chunky and big, and I think these are better suited in your hair than on your face because of how chunky they are. Because Colourpop does have really good like gems like this that you can use on your face, but they're a little bit smaller, and these are kind of chunky. And then there is the lip sets. I am personally not going to be using this. I can already tell you the lip liners and the lipsticks from Colourpop are great, but there are lip sets, so they're one for each character. Or I didn't play with Bratz dolls, so I don't know if these are all the characters, but there is Jade, and then there is Sasha, and then there is Jasmine and Chloe. And I always thought the Bratz dolls had these like super like luscious, I mean, as I don't, but really like luscious lips. But I didn't play with Bratz dolls, and you're gonna have to let me know if you think that these shades are good and like a good representation for the dolls. But what I will say is that I think it's genius to make lip sets for the Bratz collection, because I think that what the Bratz were known for was their luscious lips and their very like on-trend clothing style, which was pretty opposite, because Barbie was more like, she was still in her like almost 50s fashion, and then she had like a 90s revival, but these were like the early 2000s fashion. And I remember, because again, I was at that point, I was a late teenager, I'd already moved away from home, I was not playing with Bratz dolls, but I remember thinking, they're really different from Barbies. Let me know if you played with Bratz dolls. I would love to hear. And then the last collection, and this I also got sent in PR, and this is Frosted the Snowman. I have not seen this myself, but a lot of you were saying that I should. And this is also a collab, and this palette is 24 again. So this collab maybe was more expensive, the Bratz, for Colourpop to do, because it's 26 and this one is 24. I don't know what to say about that. This is more like an icy frosty palette, but we do have two darker mattes in here, one that's like a grayish taupe and one that is a black, so you can definitely deepen up the looks if you want to. The lighter mattes are very impressive. This is a white again with that encapsulated shimmer. This is also this is a light blue with encapsulated shimmer, so this is a matte. And then there are two lighter, or like three lighter mattes without the shimmer. I will say I'm very impressed with how this palette swatched, except again, I don't like the glitter shades that they've put in here. There are a couple in here, I think they're like 3 or something in here. Again, I'm not super impressed with those, and if I get those shades, I would like to not use them. But I think I will use, depending on what the look is, I will use one of these in my inner corner regardless, because I just think that they are perfection, exactly what I want to use. And I love the idea that Colourpop did a palette that's so different but this is really a winter palette, and I do enjoy the idea of that. There is also something in here that I do think I will be keeping, and that is the lip. Let's actually open this one, because I want to keep this and I want to use this because I used up one of my lip oils, and I want to break into this one. That's not the lip set. This is the lip set. That was the gels. Let me actually show you that. That's the glitter gels. I did show you some close-ups of those, but that is something that I will be giving away. So I'm just going to show you what they look like inside. It's like a light blue and a light pink. But again, I do want to be able to give that one away. So I'm not swatching them for that reason, because I have a couple of those. Those are like metallic eyeshadow gels. They're very high shine. For me, they don't budge and they don't crease, and you can use them as an eyeliner as well. This is the lip set, and it has a lip scrub and it has a lip mask, and these are supposed to be like peppermint or like candy cane. Oh yes, sweet mint, definitely sweet mint. I am a big fan. Will definitely be using these. Yeah, these smell, if you like the idea of like candy cane, like sweet mint, this smells really good. And I actually do use, because I still have the Winnie the Pooh honey one, still use that from time to time as well. So I am excited about digging into this one. Another thing that's in this collection is a makeup sponge that is a little snowman. There is a lip set with lipsticks. Again, the lipsticks are a really good formula, and these are pretty wearable shades, especially for the holiday season, since you're getting a red. And Then there are 2 lip sets with a lip liner and a lipstick. And these, again, I took them out of the packaging just to show you what kind of shades these are, the light one versus the dark one, because I don't personally think they're representing the shades of the top of the packaging. That's just my personal opinion. I think they're a little bit different, a little bit more. The light one is a little darker, the red one is a little bit more berry, so I wanted to take them out and show you what they look like, but I'm not swatching them because, again, I would like to be able to give them away. Something that I will, and I don't know why I put it back in the packaging, but this is the Super Shock cheeks. And I think we're going to be adding this at the end. This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, highlighter formula ever. And I'm very excited to be using, especially this one that is like a little bit like a marble pink. I'm showing you some close-ups so that you can see what they look like. But I definitely want to use the marble pink, and we'll put that on at the end. And we'll just see how the cheeks look with only the cream blush if we leave it on for a bit. But now I think it's time to zoom in, or should I just draw the numbers first? Let's draw the number first to see what shades we're using. And then I'll zoom in and we can do a look. This might be chaos because, as you could tell, these palettes, they don't really match. Ooh, I should quickly, before we do that, I also have the holiday sets here. I won't be doing anything with these now because I will be giving these away, but I'm gonna do a nice flat lay so people can see what they look like. I think they did a pretty good job for holiday this year because they did do these sets. They're all very neutral. If you're looking for more neutral makeup, if you're looking for like stocking stuffers, if you're looking for something easy to give to a coworker, Secret Santa, anything like that, these sets this year from Colourpop, they're very neutral, they're very wearable. I think a lot of people will really enjoy them. All the formulas that they included in here are good formulas, so I think that people would enjoy them. And then they made one more out there, colorful, quirky collection. So one more neutral, one more colorful. I think that was a good choice. I'm not going to be doing anything with these sets because I want to give them away, but just know that if you think that this one is too colorful and you want to get something holiday, they do have that one as well, those sets. Okay, the cat is still here behind me. She's super sweet though, but I don't know if are you supposed to be here? Here she is. She's the sweetest kitty in the world, aren't you? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know if you can be there anymore. You're kind of in the way. Oh, no cat hair in the lipstick. That's good. Are you the cutest kid in the world? Okay, I have 1 to 16. We're gonna start with this one. If I get a glitter, I'm gonna redo it. 3. What do we have? If it's a glitter, I'm redoing it. Are you hearing me? Is that a glitter? No, I think that's a duochrome. Okay, we're doing that one. The On Sunset. I'm just sitting here, minding my own business, editing this video, and I realize I'm an actual liar. We will not be using that shade. I don't know, maybe I blacked out, maybe I was having a bad day. For some reason, I totally forgot. Like, it left my brain, it just left my brain. We won't be using that shade. Why, you ask? It's one of the great mysteries of our time. And then we're doing the Stranger Thing one. 6. Whatever that is. The red one. This escalated quickly. This one has 15, right? This one has 15, so let me change this one to 15. There we go. 2. If it's a glitter, I'm redoing it. It's the blue sparkly matte shade. That is absolutely in no way, shape, or form gonna go with these other colors. Okay. And then the Bratz one. Why are you, like, I'm sorry. Ah, no, wait, okay. I accidentally pressed 6. And that is the purple. Okay, let me do 1 to 4. I will choose one more from one palette. Hello? Hello? Okay, so from palette number 2, which was the Stranger Thing one, we're gonna choose one more shade, which is gonna be number 14. It's not, if it's a glitter, I'm not doing it. It's this dark one. Do we have a single matte? I will start with that light matte and then I'll pick a dark one to go with it. None of these go together. This will be something. I'm gonna start with Just Dance. See what I'm talking about? What even happened here? Listen, I got nothing. Just roll with it. And I am gonna put that in the outer part. This is darker than I thought. Okay, maybe this will be good. Okay, I'm gonna, oh, okay. I'm gonna put this in the outer part of my crease, and I'm also gonna blend a little bit under my eyes too, just in the outer part, and really smoking this out. I think this will be better than I thought. I'm gonna do the purple next, and I'm gonna put that next to it. I'm still not 100% sure where we are putting that red shimmer. That's the problem, child. And like I said, I think I'm gonna use a little bit of the darker one. It is called Steppin' Out. And I'm just gonna use that to deepen up the outer corner. And then we're gonna use that dark shimmer from the Stranger Thing palette. And we're gonna do that out here. I mean, this looks pretty dope. So we got this one, and I think we're gonna do that one now for the outer corner. I am gonna spray it. Not the outer corner, but like the outer part of the lid. I do think that that's... Ooh, I think that's gonna be really good out here. Because it's one of those like, yeah, plum bases with like almost a green sheen. The plum base will work good. The green sheen will be... It's existing. I added a little bit more of the purple, and I think that that looks actually really good. The hard part is that red. That's what we have left, right? Because I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do the red on the lower lash line then. It's called Hawkins. Listen, let's go. Let's do it. Oh, this does not go with this look. It's fine. Everyone's fine. This is just swell. This look has some problems, but we're gonna go past that because we are now using probably my favorite eyeshadow in all of these palettes, which is Wishy Washy. The matte blue with the sparkles. I love it. I love it. Oh, look at that. Look at how happy that makes me. Goes with absolutely nothing, yet makes my heart all happy. I might even put some like on the lid. Honestly, I think this look is very cool. My nails as well. Nothing is working the way that it should. I also did forget, I do have the eyeliners from the Bratz collection. They're like the liquid liners. And I thought maybe we could do the purple liner, because I want to see if it covers. Oh, it does. These Colourpop liners are actually pretty dope. So let's do a line as well. So the eye look is all done, and I did use this pen. This is in Plum Smash. I just used a little bit of that one. And now we're gonna do the Super Shock shadow just a little bit. But as you can see, this feels not sticky or tacky. It just feels a little like creamy, but not like I get it on my fingers. So it does give a nice glow even though you're not using highlighter, but I love the Super Shock highlighters. So we definitely need to try them on. I'm feeling it. This eye look is very outside of my comfort zone. I don't feel like this is the look I usually do. What would you have done if you had like gotten these shadows? What would you have done for a makeup look? I'm kind of happy with how it looks, but just a little bit different from what I would have been normally sporting, I think. That is so cute. So let's talk about favorite things versus less favorite things. I think one of the things I'm going to be using a lot is the lip set. This is one of the things I knew. If I didn't get this one in PR, I would be buying these. Also, the palettes, I would have been buying all of these had I not got them in PR. I think my favorite, just from swatching them, is the Stranger Thing one, because I think that that one has the best formulas, and I think it's the most versatile one. I do wish that they would stop with those like more gritty, almost pressed glitters, but more like glitters encapsulated in like metallic shine. We don't want that. We don't need that. I don't think that's a sophisticated formula. I don't think that that belongs in a palette in 2024. I just, honestly, if that's more affordable to put in than a metallic, raise the prices or put in a matte, because mattes are really affordable to put in. So I don't want those at all. The lipstick, can you see this? Like it's giving a really, like, a really sharp, oh, this is the other color. A really, really sharp line. It feels pretty comfortable, but it feels dry. Eventually, I do think that you will want to put a balm or a gloss on top of it. I think it looks good. I just wish it didn't dry down completely, because it's when they dry down completely and they're, okay, let me rephrase. If they dry down completely, I don't think they should be 100% opaque. If they're 100% opaque, I wish they didn't dry down completely so you don't get this super harsh line, because I just think that that looks weird. Like, that just look weird. Let me just do that, because I am going to be filming one more video. I think those are my favorites. Also, these liquid liners, if you're looking for colorful liquid liners, not just these from the Bratz collection, but overall, those are really nice. I do recommend them if you want to play around with liquid liners. They are felt tip liners, but they're pretty decent felt tip liners, and they're definitely, as you can tell, they are opaque enough so that you can use them over other eyeshadows. So if you were looking for an affordable option for a colorful liner, they have a bunch of colors. I use the white one that's called Graceland all the time, quite honestly. But yeah, those are my opinions on that. And again, the holiday sets, they're only going to be available for a short time. If you were interested in purchasing these, I think sooner rather than later, probably. But again, I am going to be giving those away in some capacity. I'll take some kind of picture and put it on Instagram so you can see what they look like. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. What do you think, like, of these things that I showed here? What is your favorite thing out of these? Like, if you bought something or if you were wanting to buy something, which do you think was the best release? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you soon in a new video. Bye!